And I think of three things that are important worth considering. We are starting the chapter today. The very preparation of this XXVI General Chapter in the midst of the pandemic and the difficulties we had in holding the chapter itself is a paradigm. How do we live through difficult times without panicking or getting discouraged, and at the same time without denying, but navigate this difficult time with courage rooted in the Lord and audacious. This is the chapter motto, rooted and audacious. We are in a very changing times, and the pandemic has made it much more complex. And in these changing times, how do we live the purpose with which the Lord has founded the congregation? Therefore, on one hand, we need to return to the original purpose and be faithful to our identity. And on the other hand, to be open to and be present in the suffering world with this charism. And I think of three things that are important worth considering. First is our own community experience. In a broken, fragmented world, how do we become a sign of community or communion in the midst of diversity? We come from various cultures, various countries. Can we live in that diversity, the oneness in the spirit? And that would be a model. The second is, in a world where there's a lot of violence and there's a lot of, as the Pope says, the poor and the certain groups of people are even marginalized or not counted. How do we care for human dignity irrespective of who or what they are? So our own apostolates and our own way of being with the people of God should be a assuring presence of God's consolation. A third is, we need to walk the talk. A lot of words, more into visible action. And that's what Jesus made himself present. The visibility of the Word of God in our midst. The Word became flesh. We need also to give flesh to the Word in our own flesh, in our own humanity, our apostolates. I wish that this chapter will be more touching those core realities, so that we will be a transforming presence by experiencing the transformation God works in us, and be in our own little way a transforming presence in the church and in the world.